to turn our attention once again back to the spike in the number of COVID-19 infections during the festive season, especially over the Christmas weekend. We've seen this morning, though, the latest report, number of tests have come down. As a result of that, of course, we expect the number of positive infections to come down as well. But let's get a better sense of how the Western Cape is coping, especially off the back of having the most cases on Christmas Day. Western Cape Premier Alan Winde joining us. Hello to you, Premier. Good to have you with us on eNCA. So high numbers then, but what has seemed to be the case with your government is you're able to get on top of the numbers very, very quickly, and today we see they're down again. So how's the management of the tourists and COVID-19 going?
Yeah, so obviously, we're watching it very, very closely. I'm encouraged with yesterday's numbers, actually seeing the growth is slowing quite drastically. I mean, we're only on 4% growth day on day, 2 days ago to yesterday. We'll see it again today. Obviously, the big issue is during the holiday seasons, whether you're able to have sufficient tests. But I think overall, if I look at the numbers, specifically in the city of Cape Town, all of them now are negative. So you're already seeing negative growth there. In actual fact, it's a negative 8% growth in the number of cases in the city. Other regions, you're still seeing numbers increasing, but the percentage of increase is definitely down across the whole province. So it's not increasing as fast as it was. So it looks like we should be nearing the peak. So that's the first thing. Obviously, the critical numbers to watch, because I think a lot of people are also asymptomatic. They may be not testing. They may be just, hopefully they're doing the right thing. They're just staying at home, making sure that they're not spreading it to other people. But I watch the hospital numbers very, very closely. We're sitting at 1,508 people in our hospitals across the province. That's both public and private. About one-third private hospitals, two-thirds public hospitals, so just over 1,000 in our public hospitals. And then again, of the people in hospital, only 113 of the 1,508 people in our hospitals are in ICU. And of those 113, only 21 are needing intubation. So definitely very different symptoms in this wave. And so far, so good. Our hospital system is doing well. And, we have extra people in our province now coming to celebrate the festive season. I'm seeing people out at the beaches and at our restaurants. And we're just saying to everybody, just make sure we keep doing what we're doing now. I really am grateful that people are wearing their masks. They're looking at their social distancing. Yeah. And we've just got to make sure that we maintain it, because so far, so good.
I want to also just ask about the rollout of the Pfizer booster shot in a moment, Premier. But before I get to that, I just want to hear about your plans, how you're going to try and promote that, try and get people the third jab, the booster jab, if you want to call it that, rather. I just want to stay with hospitals for the moment. Other problem, of course, but this is not new. We had this pre-COVID as well. Drinking, driving, violence as a result of alcohol causing an issue in the Western Cape, but not just the Western Cape, around the country. But I just want your thoughts while I have you with me on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. It does bother me. Specifically, I want to talk about just accidents and crashes on our road system. And, we've lost in excess of 100 lives, 113 lives on our roads already. Our traffic officials across the whole province are out with roadblocks every single day, really, policing the process. But at the end of the day, it's also got to be citizen responsibility. I haven't spent a lot of time on our roads this season, but, I traveled earlier in the season up around the Gardenwood region. And even yesterday, I was out towards the Worcester region. And it does bother me that, at this time, the way some people are driving. And, we need to make sure that the responsibility comes also from the citizens' point of view, that, it is absolutely unacceptable to overtake 5 or 6 cars on a blind rise, solid white lines. People, we need to drive responsibly. And then, of course, we also need to behave responsibly, drink driving. And, in our province, we measure now at our hospitals. We measure in trauma cases. We measure, the trauma cases that come in where alcohol or any kind of substance abuse is driving that trauma. And so we have that data as well. And, we do monitor that very, very closely. But going in the middle of the festive season, we need citizens also to be very, very responsible here. We're saying while we've got 1,500 people in our hospitals with COVID-19, please don't also become that irresponsible person taking up that hospital bed. You don't want to do that to your family or yourself.
No, absolutely. Premier, I was going to ask about the vaccine booster shots, but I've run out of time for now. But I'm sure you're going to be promoting that, doing everything you can down in the Western Cape. And I need to say goodbye for the moment, but always a pleasure. Alan Winde, all the best for the New Year's and the tourists and the influx. Western Cape Premier Alan Winde joining us here on the South African Morning.